am live on Carnival Panorama. I was hoping to get a picture first for this live. Not sure where that happened with that. YouTube's always updating things. But I am live here on Carnival Panorama. This is my first solo cruise. I can't wait to take you around. Let me know once you are in the chats if you can hear and see me. I was hoping to take a picture up here for the live. Maybe Jordan will be able to get in there and add a photo for me. But I am in LA, Los Angeles, actually Long Beach to be exact. And I am so excited to be on my first ever solo cruise. If you did not catch the video before, Jordan went live yesterday and he is on his first solo cruise on Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas, and I am on Carnival. So we're going to compare both of them, not just for our first solo cruise, but also between the two ships going on a 7-night cruise to the Mexican Riviera, which is what we both are doing. Hold on one second, my stabilizer's giving me a little bit of grief. Let me just get it fixed over here. All right, perfect. Oops, sorry, go ahead, you're good. So with this, we are excited because this will be a first for us for the solo cruise, but it's also going to be a first for us to see how it is when we are going to be doing this separately at the same time for two cruise lines to compare the exact same itineraries. Yes, mine is a day later, but other than that, we're going to the same ports in the Mexican Riviera, so we're going to really compare how these 7-night cruises are across the board. Thank you so much. I am going to get in the chats here in a second. I'm just going to fix my stabilizer. All right, I think it's good now. Let's get into the chats here, and there are a lot of chats already. Thank you so much. Already 60 people within the first 2 minutes. Thanks for giving thumbs up as well. Hopefully we can get 100 thumbs up in the first 10 minutes. Let's see here. First in the chats was Christine Hickman. Thank you, Christine, for being number 1. Closely behind was Audrey. Thank you, Audrey. The Wu-Tang Life. Joanne Shields. Hello to you both. Nancy Small in the house. Ann Campbell. Crystal B. Cruz. And hello, Crystal. Joanne Shields says, can see and hear you just fine. Thank you so much for letting me know. I appreciate that. You never know unless you're listening, and I can't listen. Sandra, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much, Sandra, for confirming this. Amy, have a great cruise. I'm gonna try. You know, it's gonna be different not having Jordan with me. It's already been a day just doing it by yourself. I will say, anyone that's doing this solo vlog thing, you know, give kudos to them because it's a lot more work than a lot of people would seem to know. And even coming from us as not solo vloggers, but duo vloggers, a couple of vloggers, we rely on each other a lot more than I think either of us realize. So thank you so much there. Ben Laren in the house. Hi, Jared. Have a great cruise. Thank you so much, Ben. Appreciate it. Hopefully you had a wonderful time on your cruise as well. Lynn, hello from Kentucky, but from California, right by where you are. Yes, Cali is beautiful. Jordan didn't get the best weather, but I have great weather. In fact, I'm wearing a long sleeve, kind of breathable shirt, and it's too much. I should be wearing a t-shirt or a tank top because it's like 70 degree weather here. Great for spring, great for a Saturday before Easter, I must say. Let's see here. I don't want to miss any chats, but it is just myself here. Hey! Let's see here. Can see and hear you just fine. Thanks so much there. Eric says can hear and see you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Hello and enjoy. I think it's Aracelius. I'm so sorry. I probably butchered your name, but trust me. Thank you. I enjoy having you here on the chats, and let me know how to say your name. I'd love to learn. Doris says, hey, love the Panorama. Hope you have a great cruise. Thank you so much. I've never been on Panorama, so that's another first. We've been on Carnival Horizon, but that was right at the restart, and it was bumpy. So I'm hoping for a better ride here today and this week. And Melissa says, hello in Hazen, North Dakota. Hello, North Dakota, here from California in 70-degree weather. Shelly says, hello, can hear you. And Arya, hey. James says being single again. Yeah, isn't it weird? You know, I haven't been single, or solo, I should say. I haven't been solo here for, well, shoot, over a decade now, I think. Jordan's gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's been a decade if it hasn't. Wu-Tang Life, I've been on the Panorama as a solo. Have fun. I'm so excited to try everything out. There's a lot jam-packed just tonight as well. Hello, Ed. Hello, Shelly. Julia says, are those cabanas behind you? So these are, but they're open to anybody. They're not, you know, you don't have to charge anybody for them. We're in Serenity deck, so I'm gonna kind of tour around just so you can see a little bit about this deck. I'm gonna actually turn around while I get to comments because I'm sure you're wondering what this cruise ship looks like more than that of what my face looks like. You know what my face looks like. So Julia, yes, they are kind of like makeshift cabanas back there. And then there's also just these like really nice seating areas in Serenity. This is the area that is mostly quiet. That's why I'm here, because it's a little bit louder for Sail Away coming up in about an hour over on the main pool deck. But yeah, beautiful. There's hot tubs up here. There's a bar that I'm going to definitely get a drink at here in a bit. I don't have the drink package, so it's all a la carte here, but I definitely need something because I'm going to be parched and any minute, I'm sure. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up. If you haven't already, give a thumbs up. Karen says, welcome back to the West Coast. Thank you, Karen. Good to be in your neck of the woods. Jeff M says, hi, Jared, Christy, and I hope you have a great time. Hello, Jeff and Christy. I'm sure I'm going to have a blast. Shelly says, have fun. Oh, I'm definitely going to have a good time. I'm going to document all the highs and lows for sure. Amy says, is that the Havana Cabana area? It is not. This is going to be the area for Serenity. This is kind of that area that's open to the public here. Well, general public. I think that this is going to be 18 and up at some point. Maybe not right now. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been on this class. Thanks, Charles. I will enjoy the nice weather. Since I've never done a solo cruise, you know what? I'll tell you all about it after this. I'm thinking that solo hot tub would be a really nice live situation, but I'm sure that won't be open like it is now for long. It's going to be hotter weather, and I do not do well in hot tubs and hot climates. Charles says hello from across the pond. Hello. And Carmen says, hi there. It's weird not seeing you two together. Trust me, I agree. Gina says, hi, Jared from Southern California. Hello, in your neck of the woods. Cynthia Fernandez in the house. Hello, Cynthia. LF McKinley. Hello. Happy to see you choose a Carnival ship. I want to try Panorama. You know what? This class of ship is a good class. It is a little bit clunky, and I will do the ship tour for you by the end of this week. It probably won't be posted for another week or two after that, but I will say it is a little clunky some parts, but it's overall a good ship. Definitely a ship that a lot of people love. Brian Cruisin in the house. Hello, Brian. Laura D says, I love sailing out of Long Beach and San Pedro. Enjoy your cruise. Yes, I will say this is the first time out of the Long Beach Cruise Terminal for me, and the Long Beach Cruise Terminal has horrible traffic. So if you're somebody that will be willing to take a risk, I would recommend going earlier than later than your boarding time. Mine was 11. I left right at 11. It was a 10-minute drive over to the cruise port, and it actually turned out to be 55 minutes. So just to give you an idea, it was about 45 minutes or 50 minutes of traffic, about 40 or 45 minutes in traffic. So definitely recommend that you go a little earlier than your boarding time to get there during your boarding time, just because traffic is not great. What size of ship are you on? I like the mega ships. Well, this is not a mega ship, but it is larger than a lot of cruise ships out there. I would definitely say it's in the medium range. It's definitely not small. It's definitely not mega. More in the medium range, especially for Carnival's class. Let's see, I'm sure I'm missing some people. Hello, Tommy from Florida. Doris Rose says, poor Jordan seemed a little discombobulated without you. You know what? We both have our strengths and our weaknesses. And let me tell you, we both try to focus on our strengths for both of us when we're together. But you kind of see the weaknesses on both sides here when we are apart, that's for sure. Wanda says, hey, hello to you, Wanda. Oh my gosh, over 100 people in the live. Please give a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And let's get to over 100 likes to match how many people are in the live in the next minute and a half. That'd be great, over the 10 minutes. All right, so this bar here, like I said, is Serenity. I'm gonna get my first drink, I think, here from this bar, just because I really am gonna be parched quickly, and I wanna protect that from happening by getting my first drink. Let's see what they have. I think, I'm looking at their rum selections. They have Malibu. I might try that. And diet just to have something. Oh, that's right, they have Pepsi products. Oh my gosh, so sorry, I had it down in my mouth like this. Yeah, I don't know if I want Pepsi. Let's see here. Maybe I could do that with a Starry? Has anyone heard of that? A Malibu and Starry? Should I try it? Malibu Starry, also Starry. Why is that such a new thing? I feel like it used to be Sierra Mist, Sprite, 7-Up. Now there's Starry. I don't know. It's interesting. The history of sodas bewilders me, especially when new sodas come out when it's highly competitive marketplace. But yeah, maybe I'll just start with a Malibu and Diet Pepsi. Unless if the Starry makes sense. Hello, Lori. Thanks so much for joining the chats. Tracy, hi. Hope you have a great cruise. I hope so too. I'm sure I will, though. Carmen, yes, yes, you are welcome. I think that's what I want to do. I could also do a sangria. I don't know. What should I get? Should I get a sangria or should I get kind of like a Malibu and Diet or Malibu Starry? Anyone tried a Malibu and Sierra Mist or Malibu Sprite? Katie, I am on Carnival Panorama. No worries. 7-night Mexican Riviera cruise by myself. Jordan is on the same itinerary on Navigator at Seas with Royal Caribbean. LF McKinley came in first with sangria here. Does everyone agree? Some sangria? Absolutely get the sangria if you're in Serenity. Okay, great. I'll get some Serenity. It's definitely a signature sangria. You know what? I'll try the berry sangria. Maybe I'll do the berry sangria. All right, I'll come on over here. Oh, here's the menu. Here, let me get the menu for you all. So you can help decide this for me at the same time as I'm looking at it. So here are the signature cocktails. Lots, oh, you can get a pitcher. I don't think I should get a pitcher right now. They're skinny cocktails, I love that. Ooh, a mojito flaquito. You know what, but let's start with the sangria, like everyone said I should do. White peach, berry traditional. Don't want sparkling. Anyone tried any of these sangrias and recommend one over the other? Let's see here. White peach sangria was the first I saw, so Doris, you are the winner. They have a lot of wines here too, rosés. I don't really recognize the Gerard Bertrand. Yeah, I'll definitely do the white peach. That is a good one. LF says white peach is usually good. Thank you so much for giving that recommendation. I'll definitely get the white peach one then. Let me turn this back around to me now that I decided. So let's get back to the chats here. I'm gonna put this down first. Thank you so much everyone that's giving a thumbs up. We're so close to getting that 100. If you're in there, give a thumbs up. I know it's a little harder if you're on TV, but I appreciate you doing that. All the effort is great. So let's get back here in the chats. Hello, Jim. Ron says, love Pepsi, but it has to be Coke with alcohol. Pepsi it's too sweet with it. I agree. Pepsi is very sweet when you talk about that with some alcohol into it, especially since it's rum. I usually do rum, so it's kind of sugar-based already. Gina, good evening to you. Midday here. In fact, it's not even 3 yet, or it's just past 3, I should say. Could I get a white peach sangria?
White peach sangria.
Thank you so much. Let's back here to chats here. I don't know if Jordan's in here. I haven't seen him yet. But if I miss any comments, hopefully Jordan will come in and catch them. Hello, Jared. I'm so happy, sad to see you. Nikita. Yes, I know. To see me without Jordan is so interesting, but we are doing it, and we are going to have a blast doing it. Pam says, you're doing what I want to do, solo. Yeah, so solo cruise, never done it before, but I will say, I know a lot of people that do it and love it, and so far, I've been pretty good. You know, doing the whole vlog thing by myself is obviously different and a little harder, but the cruise part has been great. Let's see here. Christie's says, Solo Schmolo, you're going to do great research and have a nice time. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, the research will be intense, very hard work. Melissa Coffee says, I wish I was going on a cruise, been on only one and have been dying to go again. It's been 15 years since my first and only. Well, it's time to book another one. You can head over to jjcruise.com. We'll get you booked.
Well, do you want to use your free drinks or are you going to take it later?
No, free drink's great. Yeah. Thank you. Didn't know I had a free drink. All right. Tommy says, going on our first mega, aka Carnival Mardi Gras on Halloween cruise. Wow, Tommy, that'll be a great time. We've been on Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is a great ship. Highly recommend. How was Embarkation? Katie, great question. So Embarkation, getting on board the ship, easy. Lasted about 21 minutes to be exact. You'll find it all in the vlog. But the actual traffic to get to this terminal is wild. It took about 45 minutes just to get through the traffic. So that's really where the line was. So I guess if you're gonna do an Uber, get a Uber Comfort. So that way you're comfortable in that wait for sure. Let's see here. Tommy says thumbs up. Thanks so much for giving the thumbs up and the reminder. Amira, want to make sure you do not feel solo. Oh, well, thank you. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's only a week. I'm sure I'll be good. Pam Barber says, have a great cruise. Thanks so much, Pam. Tommy says, rum and Coke. That's going to be my next drink for sure, but I'm starting with the Sangria, the White Peach Sangria. Katie says, I've heard good things about that ship and itinerary. Yeah, we love the itinerary. We've done the itinerary before, but I've never done Carnival Panorama. Tommy says, where are you guys meeting up on your cruise? Good question. We are meeting up in Puerto Vallarta. We love Puerto Vallarta. PV is one of our favorite ports. So we are going to be meeting up there for a full day. We'll put it in the vlog as well, so you'll be able to see where I met my husband in Puerto Vallarta. Linda, your first solo cruise, OMG. Have a good time, and remember, you are never alone on a cruise. Just look around you. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Alex. All right. Here's the White Peach Sangria. My first sip, my first drink of the cruise. First drink of the day, shout out Travel Spree. Let's see here. I did some cash for gratuity. Perfect. Done. Let's see here. Let's take a drink and then I'll get back in the chats, answer your questions. We're 10 away from 100 thumbs up, 100 likes. Go ahead and give another thumb up if you haven't so we can get to 100. I'll try this. Ooh, this sangria is delicious. All right, so this is the White Peach Sangria. Yeah, it's good. I like it. All right, back in the chats here. Hello from Australia. Hello, September Claire. Happy Easter to you as well. Remind me again, it's already Easter there, right? I'm trying to remember my math here. Maybe it's just turning over to Easter. Let me know here. I think it's a day earlier there. It's been a while since we've been to Australia, so remind me here. But happy Easter to you either way. Brad Jackson in the house. Hello, Brad. Linda Dennis, your first solo cruise. Yes. And then Stuart, I sailed on the Panorama last year. It was awesome. You know, I will say this. Any cruise is a good cruise to be on. You just have to make the most of it, no matter what the situation you're in. You never can control it fully. But I agree. Any cruise will be a good cruise. Hello, Najuma. Doris, PV is my favorite. PV is a great port. It's one of those cruise ports a lot of people don't go to because it's Mexican Riviera. And Mexican Riviera is kind of like one of those places people don't always go because they're like, oh, it's just the Mexican Riviera. No, Mexican Riviera is a great itinerary. It's got a lot of great ports like PV. Rain Dancer, looking good, love you. Thank you so much, Rain Dancer. Thank you, Mom, love you so much. Sherry says, hi, going on Carnival for the first time in May. Have a wonderful time, Sherry. Lori Menard says, have fun from Citrus County, Florida. Thank you so much, Lori. And enjoy the weather in Florida because I think it's getting warmer there as well, kind of like it is today here. Frank says, sorry, entered late. What's your itinerary? We're doing Mexican Riviera. So we have Puerto Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, and then we have Mazatlan. All out of Long Beach and returning back to Long Beach. And when I say we, it's just me. It's a solo cruise for me. Jordan is doing the same cruise on Navigator Seas. He's departed yesterday. Ron says, 1 month going on Valiant Lady for my second cruise. Ooh, Valiant Lady, Virgin Voyage is a good time. Sherry Haynes will be on the NCL Escape in 7 days. Wow, 7 days. I bet you are on pins and needles. Can't wait to be on that ship. September Claire says it is. It's Easter Sunday at 8 a.m. Well, happy Easter to you in Australia. I'm so glad that you are celebrating at 8 a.m. Have a wonderful Easter. We are celebrating soon too. Tammy Duncan says, have a great trip. Oh, speaking of which, thank you, Tammy. Speaking of which, there is an Easter lunch at the steakhouse here for $27. Should I do it? Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Brad Jackson says, I'm getting the cruise itch again. Brad, we're right here. We can always get you booked on a cruise as soon as you're ready. But I understand the cruise itch. I get it often, and I'm usually on a cruise ship when I get it. Sherry says, hi from Las Vegas. Hello to you, Sherry. Love Vegas. Vegas is one of our places that we go to a lot when we have some time off. So hopefully we'll be in Vegas with some time off soon. Charles says, that drink looks good. I might try it on my next cruise. Yes, this peach sangria. Definitely nice, light, and refreshing for Serenity. Yes. We'll be on Panorama's sister ship Horizon in July. Are their layouts similar? Yes, they are similar. There may be a few differences, like maybe there's a different type of bar and a bar space, like the casino bar might be a little different. But in general, it's very similar. I know we have the Horizon ship tour out. but I think it's changed since. And then this one I think is already changed or updated as much as it will be, but it is very similar. Anara, I will be on Adventure of the Seas on the 26th of the month. Have you been on that ship before? Yes, I've been on Adventure of the Seas. Adventure of the Seas is a good ship. It is not renovated yet. So it is not like that of Navigator of the Seas, where it is the same class, but it's not updated, not renovated. It's still a solid ship, good entertainment, but you will notice that it's not as modernized or revolutionized, if you will, as Navigator of the Seas. Donna says, as a solo cruiser, will you dine alone or with a group? Good question. So I have whatever it's called, anytime dining here on board. So I believe I will eat mostly by myself just so that I can do as much of my filming by myself. I don't want to bother others at a table that aren't expecting that. But I might try it once and just not film that experience. We'll see how it works. It's also different when you have that like anytime dining. It's not the same as set dining where you have a set table of 6 or 8 other people. So I probably will be mostly solo, but I'll try to see if I can sit with others just to give it a shot as well. I don't know for sure if that would be what I would do anyways as a solo, just because I like to get in and out for dinner. I know everyone's different, but I really don't like having long dinners in general. Jordan's the same way, so we do really well together. Jordan's the fastest eater that I know. Oh my gosh, I didn't even say this, but thank you so much. 109 likes already within the first 20 minutes. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Happily ever aft. Hi, Jared, looking good out there. Thank you so much for joining. Amanda, be safe on your cruise. Be careful on the steps. They can be slippery. Good advice. Thank you so much. I will be careful. David Thompson, sound is very low. Okay, well, maybe I'll put up the mic here. Let me know if it's a little bit better here. Maybe you'll be able to hear me a little bit better here. Let me know, is the sound okay for everyone else? PJL, are in one of those cute single cruiser cabins? We are not. I am not. Jordan is not. We both have just solo, or not solo, regular interiors, inside cabins. So that's what we're in. Do not worry. We are in good hands either way, but the solo interior is what I have. And that was just the best price for me. Let's see, Anara says, yeah, just last updated 2018, but hopefully it will be still good. Wu-Tang, like most solos, don't eat with others, but talk to people seated next to them. Yeah, that's probably exactly what I will do as well. That way I can control my own dining time, be as fast as I want or as slow as I want. And Nancy D, thank you so much for the super sticker. Let me see where I can go do this here. And Monica Stevens right after. Hello, thanks for joining. Thanks so much, Nancy, for the super sticker. Let me see a place where I can go. I needed something refreshing. Ooh. I think there's a spot over here that I can grab. I'm trying to find a place to set it down and do it. Let's see here. All right. Thank you for sending the super sticker. I believe this will be a fine spot. I can put my drink down and I can put the stabilizer down and it should be good to go. Now I have to remember what it is. You are amazing. Oh, I love this one. Okay, ready? Is it gonna stay? You know, make sure it stays. Okay, it stays. Ready? You are amazing. Thank you so much, Nancy, for sending that super sticker. Appreciate it. If you're new to JJ Cruise, all of our live super stickers, we reenact live. If you weren't on Jordan's live, I set a goal, and he didn't even know about it, by the way. I set a goal for him to do as many super stickers as possible, not to him, but to everyone in the chats, and he did a pretty good amount of them. So thank you so much, Nancy. Happy to do a super sticker. Let's see here. Is this your first time on the ship? Yes, this is the first time on Panorama. I have been on Carnival Horizon at the restart, and that was the last time I've been on this type of class of ship. Horizon was bumpy, so I'm willing to give it another go, if that makes sense. All right, let me see. There's a chair right back here. That might be a good place to just sit and take some questions before I do a little bit of the ship tour. I will here in a bit, just gonna get some chats done as well as sip on my drink a little bit while I answer some chats, and then I will go and show you the beautiful Carnival Panorama. let's see. Ah, that was for Jordan. Hopefully he got that picture. Probably already got one. Let's see here. Too many family obligations. Oh, sorry, that was not to me. What time is sail away? Sail away is not till 4:15, I believe, or at least that's the sail away party. I think 4 o'clock is sail away. I probably won't be live for it because we're trying to get as much vlogging for the actual vlog. So you'll see sail away, the comparison between Navigator and of the Seas and Carnival Panorama in the vlog. So you'll have to stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so you'll be notified once that comes up. Ron says, only if pricing comes down. I doubt it will in the short term. Pricing depends on where you're sailing out of. This ship and Navigator of the Seas are some of the cheapest ships to sail on most of the year just because it's out of LA. So if you can adjust to there or Galveston, you might have a better price for your cruise. Aw, Nancy, let's make it rain super stickers. I appreciate it, and thank you so much for sending a super sticker. Definitely will have a drink or two on you. Although this sangria, I think, is like $12 normally. I had a free drink. I don't know how. Maybe it's my loyalty status, but I had a free drink, so it's free for me. But I did tip pretty well. Ooh, very good. All right, let's see here. The Libra man says, I just did my first solo in October on MSC. It was a great experience. I was able to go to solo events and meet people from all over the world. I would totally do it again, or I would do it again. I added totally. It's me adding ad libs. Yes, I hear only good things about solo cruising in general. Of course, you can definitely get in a situation, an odd situation of where maybe you feel a little bit lonely, or you can feel a little by yourself, but just like someone said earlier, you aren't. There are plenty of people on the ship. You just have to meet the right people. PJL, I guess everything we are seeing needs to be flipped. Oh no. What are you seeing? I don't know. Let me flip it around again. Am I like flipped? I don't know. Maybe that was a reference to something I said earlier. John and you says, hello. Oh, probably for the super sticker. Yes, in my screen I was doing this. It was probably on your screen doing that. I got it. John and Yuta in the house. Hello, John and Yuta. Pamela Jones, I love your haircut. Enjoy your cruise. Thank you so much. About time I got a haircut. My hair had been getting way too long. Crystal says, Gold Stash, you get a free cocktail on 5+ cruises. You know what? I do remember that, but I thought it was after the 5th night. And so, because this is my first cruise, I think, as Gold, and I didn't realize that it was just at any time. I thought it was after the 5th night that you could get a free cocktail. So that's good. Good to know, Crystal. Well, my first drink of the day was a free drink of the day. The first and only. Nancy says, I love cruising solo. We know you do. Maybe we will follow suit and love that as well. Jordan got the picture. Good to see, Jordan. And I'm sorry, Jordan. You probably didn't catch the live, and you probably didn't know I was even live because something happened to where it just went live and didn't do a picture or anything like that that usually does at the beginning of YouTube lives. So I don't know what I did. You usually start this up. So that's where the error probably fell on my end. But there's probably no picture on the live as well. So if you can add that to the studio, that'd be great. Jimmy Jagger says, hi. Hi, Jimmy. Monica Stevens says, let's do a group cruise to Mexico with La Paz in the mix. Ooh, you know what? I would love to do a Mexican Riviera group cruise. I don't know. Jordan and I should talk about it. That would be a really good idea. So I would be open to it. I know there's a lot of people that love cruising out of Florida or the East Coast. Maybe we'll mix it up and go to the West Coast. Sig, the solo cruiser. Hello, Sig. Hey, Jared, how's the solo cruising life treating you so far? Enjoy. Sig, you know the best out of anyone. If you don't know who Sig is, you should go follow her. She is on a solo cruise journey at all times, and she has some really great content. I believe recently you were just on, was it Explora Journeys? I think you were on Explora 1 or 2. Remind me which one it was. But yeah, I think you were just on one of the luxury cruise ships for MSC. And from what I followed so far, it looked like it was really nice, like a really good time. Yes, Explora, yes. So Explora 1, I believe. I think one of those exclamations are a 1. Thanks so much for responding, Sig. But yes, if you want to check out her channel, she has definitely got way more solo cruise content than we do. Of course, we'll give you our thoughts at the end of the week once we get videos edited. It probably will take another, up to a week for us to get our videos out from this cruise, but we will try to get it out as soon as possible. PJL, no, so the writing on your shirt is backwards, meaning your right hand is showing as your left, and the stuff we see on the ship to our right is really on the left. Oh, good point, yes. This is probably flipped around because it's not, I can see myself. If I did the other cameras on the back end, it probably would show it in the right way. Thank you for mentioning that. Six says, right, laugh out loud, yes. Sherry, I can't wait to drink a bushwhacker in Tortola in a few days. Oh, that sounds very nice. Oh, this is delicious. This is the white peach sangria if you're coming in late. And thank you to everyone giving it a thumbs up. 124 thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Jordan says, I didn't know you were live. Sorry, everyone, that I came in late. Here now and all is good. No worries. I told them all. It went live without me realizing it was going live. I thought I was just taking a picture. And it didn't take the picture. It just did 3, 2, 1. I was like, oh, it's going live. So that's why. But I will be getting up and going around the ship here once I get a little bit more of this drink down. Because I really, really, really am parched. What did I do today so far? What do you think I did? I would be willing to hear all of your guesses, and probably 90% of them would be correct. Where do you think I went to eat for my first embarkation day vlog on a Carnival Panorama ship? Octavia says, how do you feel doing your first solo cruise? All right. And I'll wait for everyone to give their thoughts of where I ate today. But how do I feel? I will say this, I was very anxious the last 2 days. In fact, I did not sleep well. I think it's just the fact that I can go travel the world by myself fine. And I have, right? I've done it where I've maybe had to meet up with Jordan. He's already somewhere. We both did corporate jobs that had traveling involved. But what is different is cruising solo. Why is that? Because you are on a ship by yourself for 7 days. Now, you're not by yourself, right? You're around a lot of people, but you're no longer in a place where you can get off and go to a different bar. You can go to a different city, a different restaurant. You kind of are in this one place. So I think the anxiety was that, but also the anxiety of just having a lot of filming on my own. As you know, Jordan and I split everything. He does a lot of solo filming for Cruise News. I do a lot of back-end editing and thumbnails and all that stuff. And we both do travel agent work. We both have a lot going on. And so kind of canceling one person out of that equation and doing it all on yourself, all on your own, is a lot of extra things to think about, a lot of extra things that you may not do normally that you have to figure out or remember how to do because you're doing it for the first time again in a long time. And I think Jordan got a taste of that yesterday as well. It just is a lot more work when you're doing it by yourself. You're not thinking with somebody else's mind as well attached to you. And this is, of course, because we're used to having each other. If I started out this way and I didn't have Jordan for most of my cruises, it would be different. I would be fine, and I'm fine now, but I will definitely say the anxiety was riding high the first 2 days. All right, so I'm gonna look in to see what people thought. PJL said tacos. Christy Budgets for crew travel, it says Guy's Burgers. Rich Smart says, I love solo cruising. Hello to you. And hello to Dark Solja as well. Jenny says, yes, eat at the steakhouse for Easter. Hi from Richmond, Virginia. Thanks so much. I may do it. Jordan, if you didn't catch that, they have a $27 Easter lunch tomorrow from noon to 2 in the steakhouse. I might do it. I just didn't know if I will be up in time. I'm still a little jet lagged from the East Coast. At least on Horizon, it used to be that way. Now it just has a funnel at the top. You see right there's a funnel at the top of that slide. So that's fun. And then you can see over here, people shooting out the end of the slides. But yeah, fun area for you if you have kids or just people that love water parks. You have that here on the Carnival Panorama, that giant bucket just dumped on that little kid. And then you have over here, they're not there yet, but we are going to do sail away in maybe a little less than an hour, maybe 45 minutes from now. But a really nice area for a pool deck. Just so you know, with this pool deck, it is set up for success for movies at nighttime. We witnessed that for Horizon. And the Wi-Fi just keeps going in and out. I'm kind of wondering if I should be going on data, but I'm going to try the Wi-Fi for now. It might just be because everyone's kind of located in one place at one time. But like I said, this area usually is full of deck chairs, pool chairs, loungers. but it's open right now because the sailaway party is going to begin in less than an hour, and that's why. But you can see the pool definitely has some kids in it. The line for Guy's Burgers, which is down over here on the left, was all the way to Blue Iguana, and there's 2 lines. It was so long, so huge. It is no longer there, but Blue Iguana actually has a line over there. It's not as long as it was earlier, but it is still a little bit of a line. So I don't know if the Wi-Fi connection is just because I'm moving around or not, but if it goes out, I do notice it and I can reconnect and I know it and I'll move. So you do not have to worry, you don't have to go away. At most you can pause it, refresh, and it